Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch it. They got 19 seasons, that's a lot, kid. But you can skip those. We do recaps about the whole show. Not the food, though, but the other stuff. Yeah. You're now listening to Pod Chef, the only official podcast about the TV show Top Chef, with your hosts, Jamal, Brian, and Reeves. And I only said their first names because I don't know everyone's last name, and I'm trying to be polite. Now enjoy the show.
Welcome back to Pod Chef, the official Top Chef podcast. Your actual host is back this week. Jamal is back in the saddle. I'm back in the driver's seat. I'm back in the pilot's chair. I'm back at the captain's helm. I'm back. I'm the pace setter. I'm back, which means probably someone else is not here, and my co-pilot's not here. My second horse is not here. My right hand. What is it on the ship?
What is what?
What is the second in command on the ship?
First mate.
Second in command. First
mate. My first mate's not here. So instead, Brian is again going to be talking more than most of our fans want. Brian, go ahead and introduce yourself.
And I'm not going to do the Martin this time. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, we'd talk about that.
No, it's fine.
It wasn't fine. I got letters.
Ben Affleck was doing Chris Tucker last night, and he got the cosign from Chris Tucker to do a Chris Tucker impersonation. So,
did you get the cosign from Martin?
I think he'd give it to me.
Okay, that's a big assumption. So Reeves is not here. Funny enough, last week's episode, when you guys thought you were being cute talking about undisclosed government information, you all got a call from the government asking you for an interview, and that's where Reeves is right now. He's getting grilled by the government right now. So. Not so funny anymore, is it? Making jokes and talking about Jamal's doing China stuff, huh?
Well, we didn't know that it was top secret FBI stuff. We thought you told us that you got a call and you were offered a free balloon ride from a lovely Chinese gentleman, and that you were excited to do it, and that's why you would miss. Well, you wouldn't miss, but that's you ended up the accident, and then you couldn't make the recording. We didn't know.
That's called a cover story.
That it was. Well, yeah, you played it so well. We thought that was the real story.
Yeah, I'm good at what I do.
So sorry,
believe.
So yeah, Reeves and I got our stories straight. I got called in yesterday, and he gets called in today. So I got away with it. Mostly because I pinned it all on Reeves.
Well, okay, well, that was smart of you, actually.
Yeah, I think
I
can't go to jail. I'm soft. I would do horrible in jail. As soon as the first faction that comes to me and it's like, hey, join us or you're gonna get beat up, I'm gonna join them, no matter what it is.
Nation of Islam?
Probably.
All right.
That's who I think would come to me. I think they come to me first, I think. Yeah.
I could see you wearing the kufi hat.
Yeah, if I could do the Martin intro, I could wear the kufi hat.
Carrying your Quran around. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
So Reeves is not here. I'm here with Brian, and you all know that I would never just leave myself here with Brian to kind of like go through the entire show. There's always got to be someone.
A buffer seat.
Yeah, there's got to be someone between me and Brian, and this week is no different. We have a great guest. I don't know, Brian, do you want to introduce the guest?
Sure, yeah. I should have done something. I don't know. So, someone wrote something. So you can find her at the Flea Theater in New York City on March 18th in a performance of Betty Blum. And it was something previously had performed in DC, did very well, so they're taking it on the road to New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, Caroline Yates is here today.
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Also, this Caroline Yates, Top Chef actual fan.
Wow.
Yeah, I watched this season in real time because the Voltaggio brothers are from Maryland.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay.
And they're
Okay.
kind of, one of them is a little attractive. The other one
Oh,
is a
I think they're
robot, and
both
one of them is a bad
attractive.
boy. Okay,
Yeah.
I was getting ready to say the same thing. I was like, I don't know what Brian's talking about. One of them's attractive.
they're
Have you been
different.
watching the same season I've been watching?
They check different boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But still, at the end
true.
of the day, all the boxes on my list are checked.
Yeah,
okay.
same. I was like, at the end, I was just like, I think they're just judging which one's more attractive. Like, it's
Yeah.
just like every episode is.
Yeah.
Who's
I mean,
cuter?
that was we'll talk about it. That was a big hug that Gail gave Michael Boltasio. Yeah.
We got to talk
I
about
think
something
Padma
else
likes
too.
them.
I don't want to take away from Caroline's intro. Caroline, do you want to give us any info about Betty Blum? Because I haven't seen the play. I'm gonna see it. I have tickets on March 18th. If you want to meet
Yay.
me, and if you're
Yeah.
a weirdo, come to that. Well, I'll see you there. Yeah. Anything you want to give to people? And do you want to sell this? You said there's still some tickets left. Not many.
There
I
are.
got a thing
Yeah.
saying that we're low.
Yeah, I think there are 15 tickets left or something like that.
Get on it.
Many.
Get
That's
on
not
it.
many.
The Flea Theater in Tribeca. It's a play about friendships that DC improvisers Zach Mason and Kristen O'Brien wrote. 3-woman cast. Get to play 3 different characters in each act. And it's fun. I like that it's not about romantic relationships. It's really just seeing different friendships played out.
I got a question. Does it pass the Bechdel test?
For men.
Sure. Yeah. What is that test?
That scene, there's no mention of men. It's women talking about things other than like
Oh
relationships.
no,
with men.
we shit on men.
Okay, all right. Well, it doesn't pass the Bechdel test. It doesn't mean it's not bad. Most things don't pass the Bechdel test. Most things do not pass the Bechdel test.
Yeah, sorry. So but,
There's other things. The Bechdel test, which is the 2 men not talking about women, that happens all the time.
Yeah.
We talking sports.
Yeah.
We're talking
sports.
beef.
And it's almost like, hey, do you guys want to mention the big elephant in the room? The lady who's also here that you're not talking to because you're trying too hard to pretend like she's not here. She is here.
I've seen that.
You guys just want to talk to her and we can stop making it awkward, please?
Mm-hmm.
That's the play I'm writing.
There you go.
So March 18th, The Flea. Go see it. Tickets are available. Is it just like Zach? Is that like Zach's website, right?
Yeah.
No, it's at ZachAndKristen.com.
ZachAndKristen.com.
I'll link it. We'll talk about it again when we do plugs, but get that out
Don't
there.
make the mistake I made of going to ZachAndMiriamMakeAPorno.com. That was a mistake. There's no tickets left for
Zach
that.
sites.
Yeah. What that website was just like what? Just about the movie?
Yeah, it was just about the movie. You could buy a ticket to see it playing at the AFI Silvers in Silver
Wow,
Spring.
they put it back out again?
Yeah.
Wow, that movie wasn't good. I remember being excited for it, and it was kind of like the end of Seth Rogen's like hotness. It kind of was falling off by that point.
Now, did he have hotness? Did he ever tick any boxes for you?
Yeah, I think
Funny.
so. I mean, like, yeah, funny. Yeah.
Yeah, but he left a lot of the other boxes for me unticked.
Sure. Yeah,
It's
there's
the
something
same
about
boxes.
him.
He's
Something
rich.
about him.
Hey, from what I've been told, sense of humor is the way to a woman's heart.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
I'm married and I'm ugly as hell.
That's why a lot of heart surgeons, I think, have great sense of humor, right? A lot of doctors. Good,
Yeah.
social
See what-
skills of
see what
people.
Wouldn't
we're
that be
doing there.
nice?
See what I'm
A
doing
heart
here?
surgeon with a great sense of humor.
We're here with a real fan of Top Chef. Let's stop talking nonsense. This is a real, actual fan of the show.
I want to do one more nonsense thing and then we can move on.
Okay.
My wife is going. I'm a wife guy now. My wife, Carrie, was on the Instagram the other day, and she was like, "Brian, why did you post this picture of Padme in the bathtub eating pizza?" And I had to say, I didn't do it. I said Jamal did it.
I sure
And
did.
she said, "Why did he
Uh-oh.
post it?" And I said, "I don't know. He posted it with." He said, and then she said, "Will there be chefs on the new season?" And I said, "I don't know."
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm
It's
trying to generate buzz.
Caroline, have you seen this
internet-
picture? It's Padme
No,
in the
I
tub eating
haven't.
pizza. She's naked. The
She's
pizza's
not
covering
naked,
up
She's covered up.
with pizza.
I'm trying to get
Sounds
clicks.
good. Yeah.
I'm trying to get eyes to the podcast. What better way
I mean,
than
she's one of the
Padma?
reasons I watched. She might be the main reason I started watching the show.
Yeah,
I
I
think that's
believe it.
true.
Ticked
Yeah.
all the boxes for me.
Boxes
It
are
was just
ticked,
one
and then
box.
there's one box that's not ticked, and then Gail shows up.
Yeah, Gail shows up. Other box ticked.
Yep.
Both boxes are ticked. Yeah, I did that. Sorry, Carrie, but it got you talking, and that's
That's
what
right.
I did it for.
That's
Getting people
exactly.
talking.
People are talking.
And so there might be. I'm going to try and get some chefs on the next season. We'll get some. I'm sure not all of them will say no again. So we'll have chefs, and we might make more posts. It's not like I went out and found that picture. It was on her Instagram.
Yeah.
So I
It's
just
readily available.
yeah. So I mean, I'm sorry that I was, kind of praising the goddess Padma. So sorry. I will do it again. So just get used to
Sure.
that.
Caroline, if there
So-
was a play about Top Chef, Tom. This is we'll pitch this idea to Tom Colicchio, because he wrote the Top Chef movie.
not
He mentioned
Tom
he wanted
Sharpling.
us to do a Top Chef pilot, and we talked about it. We haven't done it since then. We haven't done anything, so we'll come back to that. If he was going to do a Top Chef play, and the way that Tom does these kind of movies and these like creative adventures that he does with these things is that he often he borrows from
Inspiration from other things.
inspiration
Yeah.
from other things
Mhm.
in that particular genre. So
Mhm.
let's give Tom some ideas. Do you have a favorite play? Do you go to plays? I know sometimes people do things they don't like the things that they do.
Yeah, it's like doing improv but not seeing that too much of
I
it.
would never see an improv show in my entire life. I've done plenty of it. I will never see it again.
I do see plays. I
They put you on the spot, but
yeah, I mean, I'm thinking like I'm gonna liken it to Betty Blum, do final three.
okay.
The final three women shitting on men.
Okay. This would be the first. I don't think there's ever been 3 women.
Yeah,
I mean, wouldn't that be
Top
nice?
Chef.
Just an all-female play Top Chef.
I would like it.
I mean, I'd love it, but you know who's gonna have a problem with it? Those ratings hawks.
Yeah.
Those ratings hawks are like, we gotta get a guy in here.
Well, what if we did a gender swap for
Tom
everything?
Colicchio.
What if we gender swapped all of them? So if we had like the men played by women and the women played by men.
Yeah.
Ooh, Shakespeare. Now we're borrowing from Shakespeare.
Yeah, now we're borrowing with a bard.
Yeah.
And you know what else I like? I do like musicals.
Okay.
A Top Chef musical.
Tom would love that
necessary.
idea.
Yeah, they have not sung enough on this.
Not
program.
nearly enough.
Not nearly enough. And a lot of the shows, they should be presenting the food like, I've prepared for you. Like, they should really be going into it.
So, let's see. I think musicals... Do musicals have an act structure? Let's see.
I don't know. You were on iMusical. You tell me.
Oof. Never see musical improv. Okay.
I think this show needs a musical element, but one for the bald guys as well.
Let's do this quickly. Okay. Here are the 7 story structure pieces of a musical. Let's just say plot points movie. I don't know. Okay, musical. So we'll do this for Top Chef. We'll pitch this to Tom. He's listening. He listens every week because he needs to decide if he's going to fire us or not. We're all familiar with the world Top Chef. Caroline's a big fan. We, of course,
Huge
are, familiar with the show at best.
I was as big of a
You're a little familiar, yeah.
Yeah. People think that we're big fans. We're not. We just watch the show.
Yeah. This was a mandatory watch during the pandemic.
So, okay. The first one is the normal world, the opening image. So this would probably be, in the kitchen, right?
No, probably that shot of Padma with the messy hair a couple episodes ago. That's probably the normal world. Just open on Padma, sun kissing her face, hair messy. She just woke up. I woke up like this, like really setting the stage.
Oh, so we're saying Padma is
She wakes up in the tub eating pizza. What are you talking about?
Yeah, she's in the tub eating pizza. She's like, oh, I took a nap. I can't believe it.
So Padma is our so we'll say Padma is the protagonist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
In a Top Chef musical, yeah. Padma's gonna be my protag.
We open up.
Soprano.
Padma's in the tub with pizza. She sings a song set in the world. One of those songs that's like, I'm always in the tub, boring, la la la, day to day. All I do is eat pizza in the tub, blah blah blah. Just set the world. Set the world. Set the tone of the show, the style of the show.
Yeah.
The style of the show, of course, is going to be vaudeville. It's vaudevillian.
Obviously,
it's going to be sexy. She starts off naked in a tub, like.
Yeah.
Next thing is the inciting incident. What happens to the protagonist to interrupt her normal world? Tom shows up.
She gets a call from Tom.
Tom calls.
Tom calls.
Mhm.
And he video calls, and she actually answers while she's
Oh,
still in the
no.
tub, kind of naked. And she's like, "Oh no,
Oh no! The problem is that Tom's naked too.
Tom's in the tub
God.
too. He's got pizza on him.
Yeah.
Free the nipple."
So Tom says, "Hey, look, we're getting the band back together. This is in the future, and Top Chef's been off the air for 5
Mhm.
years.
Okay.
5 years
Okay,
it's been
this
off
is
the air.
combining a lot of genres.
Yeah.
He did sci-fi with the movie. Well, this is only 5 years in the future. This is
Mhm.
Top Chef gets canceled after this year. 5 years since we're getting the game back, the band back together. Padma says, "I'm done. I got out of that game. I don't do that anymore." And he
Yeah.
says, "Well, you have to because I have your daughter." So Tom has kidnapped Little Hands,
Okay.
what she calls her daughter on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
And he says,
he's
unless
got
you-
little hands.
Unless you do the show, you'll never see Little Hands again.
Mm.
And then she says,
He's the
"What did
villain, I
Gail
like
say
it."
about this?" She said, "If you've got little hands, Gail must have been killed."
Of course, we all know that Gail is the secret agent that's
Yeah.
just there to protect Little Hands.
Yeah.
So yeah, Gail's dead.
Gail's dead.
I like Gail.
She'll
No,
come back as a ghost.
she's dead. We think she's dead. Wink,
Yes.
wink.
Yeah.
Right? We're setting
Oh,
up
good.
for the payoff at the end of this musical.
All right. The point of no return. Your protagonist is pumped with a clear goal and drive to achieve it. All right. Well, she's got to go do the show.
Yeah, she's got to go do the show to get little hands back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What is the
Just to
uncharted
falls in love with
territory?
just to fall in love with Michael.
Voltaggio.
Okay, Michael V is there.
Well, I think they both should be there.
Both the brothers. Well, yeah, we'll do.
Oh,
Here's
yeah.
what
Because
we'll
that's a
do.
classic villain, like
Yes, we'll-
henchman.
Oh, yeah.
Twins
can
are
do-
always a classic henchman.
We
you
can
know?
do the Sondheim Into the Woods, two dueling princes, but it's Michael
Boom.
Voltaggio and Brian Voltaggio.
And now we're
Mhm.
passing the Bechdel test.
Yes. And they're singing like I love Padma. Blah, blah.
They're talking about women. While
Yeah, they're like, I mean, what a dream to have them do a cook off on how to impress her. You know, the best cook
Yeah.
best chef wins her heart.
Yeah, and they're singing.
Yeah.
They're like, Padma, I think you'd like these eggs, and brings the eggs, and she
Yeah.
eats one, and then like Brian's like, how about this sausage? And she tries that, and it's like just like doing these things. It's like a dance, and the stage is spinning.
Here's something that I want
Mhm.
in this because they're chefs. They use knives.
They do.
I want something like Kill Bill scene where the Crazy 88 show up. And
Okay.
it's like the Voltaggio brothers are at the top of the balcony with the Crazy 88 show up and surround Padma. And they're like, well, you can't get to me unless you go through all them. So there's like a big singing number, but it's like singing and choreography, but she's also like carving through like the Crazy 88 for the Voltaggio brothers, but doing it in like she's saying like cutting terms. She's like julienne and she's like
Yeah.
dice. Like she keeps saying this stuff.
She just says the word. It's not like
Yeah.
clever. It's,
Yeah,
it's not a
nothing
clever
clever.
pun. She's just saying the words.
But she is cutting them in the way
In
that
the style that
matches
she
the word. So
says.
if she's
Okay.
chopping, she actually is chopping someone. She's dicing someone up.
Hmm.
It's very
That's cool.
culinary.
A
Yeah.
Julianne. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. Love to see Kill Bill. There's not been a
Sweeney
Kill Bill
Todd.
musical. Put it on. Put
There
it on
needs
musical.
to be one, and here it is, right here. at the
Sweeney
top
Todd.
shelf.
Yeah, he has
Yeah,
knives.
Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd.
The
Mhm.
demon barber of Fleet Street.
What if she goes to a hair appointment?
Okay, we gotta keep going. We gotta keep the midpoint begins or intermission. Okay, the point of no
Mhm.
return can take all of 10 seconds, basically a choice. The midpoint is the lengthy section where the protagonist begins to jump the hurdles necessary to achieve. It says his a lot. Chill out on that, buddy. Her super objective. Okay, so yeah, that's what we're saying. She has to go through the Crazy 88.
Yeah, she finally
Um,
gets to the Voltaggio brothers and kills Brian, the robot. And as she kills him, she realizes
a
he
robot.
is a robot, a computer.
Yeah.
And Michael says, "I'm human. You almost made a big mistake of killing a person."
And how does he prove it? With a kiss.
Yeah, with a kiss and a hug. And,
Aw.
and he puts down his sword and he says, "I'll help you get little hands back."
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what happens.
Oh.
Like a
I
villain
forgot about Little
becomes
Hands
your-
already.
Yeah, no, Little Hands is Tom has got her. Well, yeah. So
I forgot.
we'll see a scene of Little Hands in like a dungeon singing a song,
Yeah.
like doing her like
Yeah.
50 Goes West song,
Yeah.
like somewhere out there.
There.
Um,
Yeah.
All right. Then there's intermission. And everyone's getting their
Intermission.
drinks.
It's a black screen, white lettering
Everyone
that says
leaves
intermission.
during intermission.
Yeah, people go. Well, the doors are locked. Doors
the
are locked
doors are
from the
locked.
outside. Can't get in. Can't get
It's
out.
an AMC intermission, so the people got to come in and like serve the people. Their
I got to
food that
clean
they
the
ordered.
floors.
Yep. So they can't really leave. But who
people
wants
are
to
like-
leave right now? They just saw the Crazy
That's true.
88 version Kill Bill of the Voltaggio brothers, and one half of them was the Terminator, and Skynet's done.
Mhm.
So intermission's done.
We
and
should
we're
be doing
back in
play
it.
things and not movie things.
We really should be.
I did one. Okay, the midpoint continues. After intermission, the audience must be able to drop back in the story's progress without feeling disoriented. Okay.
We pick right back up where we left off.
Mhm.
She's
Nothing
still
has
hugging
changed.
Michael Voltaggio.
Yeah. It's literally- they haven't left the
They
stage.
haven't left the stage at all.
But now,
the stage rotates,
yeah, and they're doing Hamilton.
and they're doing Hamilton.
Okay.
And now
But it's little fingers talking, little hands
hands.
talking
Little hands.
to Tom Colicchio, who she calls Papa Bear, and
Okay.
they're having that that
they're doing
opening
that rap battle.
yeah, the opening rap scene.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all about being kidnapped and getting the band back together, and what
Yes.
happened. That Top Chef changed, and your priorities
Mhm.
changed, and why aren't women in the final? Why isn't there an all female final? Like it's a whole
Mhm.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Colicchio. You had a something to something, and now the show. And then they pull a gun out. They pull a gun out, and it says, and it does the 10 Top Chef commandments, and we won't have time to go through all of those.
Yeah, we don't have time for that.
The big gloom. This is where the destiny begins to fall apart. Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. Okay, well,
You ready for this?
yeah.
Gail shows up.
Gail shows up.
Gail shows up
Yes.
and has been sabotaging Padma. In fact, Gail shows
Wow.
up and she's like, where what, Michael, help me do this thing. And Michael's like, he looks down and he's like, what is that? And it's a sword through his heart.
Oh,
And it's
no.
Gail's sword. It's her steak
Oh,
knife sword
man.
through Michael's heart. And he's like, he turns around, he like grabs the sword, he turns around, he goes, Gail. And like,
And
I guess
then-
because we need tension, I guess he says like, Gail, you really stuck me this time.
Yeah, real tension. with
Or no,
that.
Gail, this is gonna stick with me, or something like that.
Yeah, the tension's high. So he gets stabbed
Just
through the
like
heart,
Sweeney
and then
Todd.
yeah, and then a tire comes down from the top, and he falls in the tire, and he's going up to cat heaven.
Well, you
And
know
the-
what I wanted? I wanted a trap door to open, and he like falls through like Sweeney Todd's victims onto the street.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right. We'll scratch the ending of Cats.
Yeah,
But
I like a
we'll do
trap
Cats
door
later.
to open, and then it's almost like a garbage chute for food as well. So it's like you're throwing the chef out.
Yeah.
Is
the
Brian still
foodie.
alive?
No,
he's
the
been
robot
dead.
was killed.
Oh,
he
he
was the
died
first
before.
death.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, who
there's-
does Padma end up with? It's no happy.
So now Padma's there with Gail, and things are going wrong because she's now being confronted because she thought Gail was supposed to be the protector of Little Hands, and this is why things are going bad.
Well, maybe Tom is the father of Little Hands or something, and then they end up together somehow.
Reveal.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's why he's
Star
called
Wars
And
Papa
then
reveal.
that's
Bear.
super Sweeney.
Yep.
Wait,
That's
is that
why
what
he's
Sweeney's about? Is Sweeney Todd someone's dad?
No, Sweeney Todd's Joanna's dad, but
Joanna.
Who's that?
Joanna?
I haven't seen Sweeney Todd.
Oh, okay. You should watch it.
I've
Yeah,
seen
you
The
should.
Office do Sweeney Todd at the beginning of things. That's what I've seen.
Uh huh. So that's your whole reference is that.
And I
Uh-huh.
think, yeah. And then, yeah,
Should watch it on HBO.
he killed his wife. He killed, the mother, his
Mhm.
love.
Why?
His
Why?
wife.
You have
This
to
is
watch
crazy.
it. I
Yeah,
know,
Okay.
didn't-
You gotta
No
watch it.
spoilers. Yeah.
No
I'll
spoilers,
go.
because it
It's a
also
big
is a
spoiler.
spoiler for this play that we're writing right now.
Right.
Yeah, and we don't want to spoil that.
Yeah.
We're given
Yeah.
the gist of the play, but not the whole thing.
Right.
So
Padma
yeah.
confronts Tom Colicchio, and we do Hamilton again.
Well, hold on. Gail takes her. Gail takes her to see Tom in Little Hands, and now it's like a three-way standoff because she thinks Gail is working for Tom, but really Gail is still on her side because Gail is what? The
Mm-mm.
protector of Little Hands.
When
what
she
did she
killed
do?
when she killed Michael Voltaggio, but she's still on
had
Padma's
to.
side.
She had to. You don't
Okay.
Yeah.
understand. Michael was a double agent.
Oh,
can't be
I missed
trusted.
that part.
Yeah, he can't be trusted.
It was a reveal. We revealed it.
Yeah. You think he's a human being. He's just more of a cyborg than his brother.
Wow.
Damn, he was just better programmed.
He's way better programmed. He's like one of
Yeah.
those cyborgs or whatever from the movie Aliens, where they have the you can't tell if they're human or not.
Yeah.
That's what he was.
You mean Blade Runner?
Yeah, sure. Let's do Blade Runner. Director's cut.
I haven't seen Blade Runner.
No spoilers.
It's slow.
Don't give me spoilers.
No spoilers.
Harrison Ford's in it. All boxes ticked.
Yeah, Gosling. All boxes ticked.
Oh, the new one.
Well,
I actually
both,
think
man.
Michael Voltaggio is cuter than Ryan Gosling.
Wow.
Ooh, and when we have Gosling
I think he's
back
more
on the podcast-
attractive. He's got more going on.
Oh, okay. Have you seen him recently? In like some of
Michael
the guys
Voltaggio? No.
Yeah, in his guy
I
in his
have not
guy
seen
grocery grab episodes.
Oh,
You
yeah.
might change your mind. You might
I
not
guess
like his
In
choices.
2009.
Okay.
thought
Well,
he
we
was
were all
cute.
better looking in 2009. Can we talk about it?
Oh, yeah. Do we? I mean, we don't have time for the video tier
Even
folks to
Ryan
see some
Gosling
of these
was.
photos. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
We all
2009.
looked great in 2009. All right, so we're not going to give away the ending, but obviously it's Padma, it's Papa Bear Tom, it's Little Hands, it's Gale, and there is a final sacrifice to get Little Hands back, but we can't give that away on the podcast. Instead, we have to go on to another segment called Chefs I Prepared for You. This is a segment
That
we do
was
every
so
week.
long. I don't think that was worth it at all.
This is a segment
think
we
that
do every
worked.
week.
I
where we talk about-
apologize.
Where
I
we
don't
talk
think
about
that
what we had
worked.
for dinner last night and only last night, and we present it as if we're presented to the judges on Top Chef. I will go first. There will be a winner. Chefs I prepared for you: ground turkey, roasted Brussels sprouts, and Peruvian brown rice.
Mm.
What is Peruvian brown rice?
It's brown rice, spiced
From
with
Peru?
Peruvian seasoning,
Mm.
and sautéed and diced yellow onion.
Was this a bowl that mixed everything mixed together?
It's a bowl. It was a bowl.
I don't like brown rice. Too dry.
Well, you're probably cooking it wrong, my friend. Just want to put that out there.
I throw a
rice
handful
is-
of it into the fire, and then it cooks, and then I eat it like that. That's the
Yeah.
right way to cook brown rice.
Yeah, that'll make it dry.
Yeah, it's always dry.
You got to cook it different, man.
Not
I keep telling
throw
you,
it into
use
a
water.
fire.
Yeah, I keep telling you use water.
Well, water puts the fire out.
Put something between the fire and the water so that the water can't get on the fire.
Like my hand, that'll burn me.
Something fireproof, maybe, that can like hold something.
Nothing in my house is fireproof.
Okay, well then forget it. Stop eating brown rice.
My
it's
house
too
is
dangerous.
My
for
house
you.
is kindling.
It's too dangerous for you. Any
This
questions?
seems. This
about my-
seems. I'm not gonna any sauce at all. This seems dry.
Why does it seem so dry for you?
Because ground turkey is dry. There's not a lot of fat.
Yep.
Leans. You're not getting the oil. Brussels sprouts.
Yes, but
they're
I
just a vegetable,
saute
and then
ground
rice.
turkey in olive oil.
I still think
So-
it needs like some sort of.
That's what you haven't tried it, and you don't know how to cook. In
I'm a
general,
great cook. I'm a great cook.
I mean, you think everything's dry. It's not dry.
I think it sounds really good. You should be a
Those roasted
finalist.
Brussels sprouts. I mean, thank you. Thank
Might
you,
be top
Carol.
3 of the.
Yeah, yo,
of
top
the-
3.
Thank you.
All right, I'll go
Sounds
next.
healthy.
Chefs. Last night I prepared for you. I'll call it a cute little salad. And what I did is I took.
Oh my God, this is not cooking.
I cooked. I took
Okay.
chicken out of the fridge, the little breast tendies, cooked them in some olive oil, threw some, and here's what I learned after I put some salt and pepper on there, a little garlic powder, and I was like, oh, you know what would be good? Adobo seasoning. And then I did it, and you know what I learned? Adobo seasoning is also already full of salt. And then I put a plate with a bunch of romaine lettuce on it, put the salty chicken on there, little ranch dressing, and some mozzarella cheese.
Okay.
And the cute little
Sounds great.
salad.
Okay. So you
Again, very healthy.
yeah, you cooked just a chicken breast, salty.
Chicken breast tendies, very salty chicken breast
Um,
tendies.
You didn't even brine it. You just double salted it immediately and cooked it.
I'm not gonna brine little chicken breast tendies.
Well, that's what my chicken breast tendies are doing right now in vacuum packaging right now.
Did you dip the chicken in the ranch or did you drizzle the ranch on the chicken?
Drizzle
He's
it
a
all over
drizzle
the
boy.
thing.
If I know a
That's
drizzle boy,
good.
it's him.
Yeah,
That's
little
good.
mozzarella
That's
cheese
final
on there.
3 behavior.
You know what I forgot? I forgot that I also had an arugula salad with lemon balsamic vinegar.
Oh, how could you
That
forget
was
the arugula
convenient
salad?
that you forgot that.
I
Yeah.
freaking forgot it.
Didn't
too
make
late.
the
Got it in
plate.
there.
Didn't make the plate.
I don't
the
like
plate.
that Caroline instinctively told me it's too late.
It's too late. Yeah.
She's a fan of the show. She knows how She knows how Top Chef works. She watches the
Alright.
You
show.
undercooked the salad.
You didn't season the salad either. Reeves, it's your turn.
Chefs, I prepared for you spaghetti meat sauce. Tasted great.
You just had the sauce?
Just the sauce.
Spaghetti meat sauce.
Oh,
Hello?
Yeah.
Am I
A
coming through?
You're very loud.
A deconstructed spaghetti.
Yeah, the spaghetti was on the side, and then the meat
Good.
sauce was on the other side. And then I showed it to the person I was presenting it to, and I was like, this is like my concept, okay?
Yes.
It's a deconstructed spaghetti. They're on the sides. You're just going to mix them together, okay? And then in one bite, it's going to taste like spaghetti.
For $200. Yeah. Sounds right.
It is super expensive. So that's what I had.
So you went to
is
Spike
delicious.
Nelson's restaurant?
Did you
Last night?
make the sauce out of canned tomatoes, things like that, or what'd you do?
I didn't make the sauce. I briefly considered. Hold on, I gotta close out a bunch of things on my computer.
Reeves is here.
This is good stuff. I didn't make the sauce. I did briefly consider making the pasta. But then
What?
I didn't. Have you guys made pasta before?
That's so
It's
much
pretty
more
easy.
work than making sauce,
I mean,
though.
the most dough
very
work
easy.
I'm doing lately is pizza, and you know that. So the thought of having to
Mm.
roll the pasta out is, I mean, this takes hours on its own.
That's the problem. The rolling out is what takes.
Yeah.
If you don't have a pasta roller, it that's very difficult to do.
Yeah,
But the rest of it's easy. Doesn't take long.
yeah.
Mm.
Because once you roll
So
it
you
out,
guys should get on it. But I didn't
fold
do
it
it.
over, make those slices. It's ready to go.
Mhm. Oh yeah, baby. Slicing it's easy. Dicing it's easy.
All right.
So anyway, so what have you guys been
yeah.
up to
Wanna
since
know
I've
what
been
I've
gone?
had? You want to know what I ate?
Yeah, Caroline needs to
Yes.
give us, and then we'll tell you.
Okay. All right, chefs. I've prepared a classic double patty cheeseburger with American cheese, caramelized onions, pickles, and shoestring fries.
This
That
is a
was
prepared.
inspired by the last dinner I had in 4th grade with my family before they left.
Okay, so I don't know if everyone else caught like the jus she just put on this story, like all this jus she put on the back end of
Connected
it.
it.
She sprinkled her little salt bay on the back of this story, and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna tie it into my history of myself."
Yeah.
You
Did you
prepared
make this, or did you procure this?
Yes, I did purchase this.
Okay, it's a procure.
Was it from a French restaurant?
Pure, actually.
Nick Tanlier?
It was from a bar.
Oh, from a bar. Which bar?
It's called Wet City in Baltimore. Very good.
Okay, well, we know
It's
that
called
food was
Wet
wet.
City.
We know that food wasn't dry.
Is
called
Baltimore
Wet
known as
City.
the Wet City?
Yeah, it's the wet city. It's after DC became Chocolate City. They were like, we got to one up them. So our city's
Yeah.
real wet.
Yeah, what does chocolate hate?
We're on the harbor.
Oh,
Wet.
you
Yeah,
are the
exactly.
harbor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you went
It
to Wet
wasn't near
City.
the harbor.
You had a double
Yeah.
patty, caramelized onions. I almost
American
said
cheese.
Carolined onions. I almost said that.
I should have said that.
Oh my God.
I wish
What
I
a
had said
nice
that.
little mistake that would have been.
Yeah, that would have
It's
been
gonna
a
be
nice
the title
mistake.
episode of the title of this episode. I'm probably not, because I'll forget that this happened.
Yeah.
All right.
We gotta
Any other
vote, and then we'll fill
We
in
have to vote.
Reeves.
All right, the rules of voting. You probably know this because you're a big fan of Pod Chef, but we can't vote for ourselves. So
Mhm.
one vote each. Can't vote for ourselves. I'll go first. I'm going to vote for Caroline.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, and I will go second, and I will vote for Jamal.
You don't even know what I
Wow.
have, but thank you so much.
No,
All right.
but I feel like it was good.
I will
That's healthy.
vote for Reeves.
Great. I will also vote for Reeves. I like the deconstruction.
We have a winner.
Hell
Reeves
yeah.
has won on
Hell
the first
yeah.
round of voting.
He showed
right.
up.
It was the most
Rules for
pretentious.
me. I'm always going to come in late now.
Quickly catch you up, Reeves. We spent 25 minutes talking about. It was supposed to be like a Top Chef musical, but it was just mostly just.
We've
stuff
got
from the
brains for a
movie.
movie, man. We got brains for a movie.
It was mostly-
Another
Yeah.
movie?
Well,
Yeah.
we tried to do a musical.
A
Yeah.
musical. It's a
Okay.
musical. It is a musical.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just reads like a movie.
I feel like I don't understand it. If you guys could spend more of the episode explaining what you've already done to me, I think that would be nice.
I'll give you a quick rundown. It involved with Tom Colicchio kidnapping Little Hands, and it's 5 years after Top Chef has gone off the air. He forces Padma back on the show by kidnapping Little Hands.
Okay.
And then she has to go through and get Little Hands back, and that's kind of the hero's journey that she goes on to retrieve Little Hands. The Voltaggios are there.
Okay.
Gail's there. The Crazy 88 are there from Kill Bill. They do a Hamilton at one point. Musical stuff.
So we wrote that movie, and so now we're doing a musical. And this is the last thing that we're going to write for Top Chef before they pay us. So this is literally our finale part 2. We'll be right back after this.
Pod Chef.
All right, we're back. Pod Chef episode 120. Top Chef season 6 episode 13. The finale.
What am I doing with my life?
I'll take it again, I guess.
No, keep going.
Top Chef
leave it
season
in.
6 episode
It's
13
real.
finale part 2. We're doing it. This is the real finale of season 6. We're down to the true finalist. Caroline, you're a big fan of Top Chef, but we would love to get your take of this finale. We'd love to get your overall impressions.
I watched this in real time too, so it was nice to see it again. I remember then and now liking all 3, which was really nice. I really liked Kevin, but I knew one of the Voltaggios would win. I really liked it. I mean, they do the whole episode that kind of made me think that Brian was going to win. I think right before they announced the winner, they said, "Oh yeah, well that was the best. He did the best." And then, so then they flipped it. So I knew Brian wasn't going to win. I remember in 2009 knowing that he wasn't going to win because they talked it up like he would.
Yeah.
But,
would you have rather seen Jen in the final 3 than any of these 3 guys? Would you prefer to see Jen because she was the last person to get sent home the week before?
Yeah, that would have been great. And she was really nice. She was really good and likable, and so that would have been nice. I guess I still like that the brothers were in the final 3. So I guess if Jen and the brothers would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, the Brothers Grimm.
Yeah.
Can I just say, Caroline, it's just so nice to have someone on that has actually watched the show before. We get some of these people on that have never seen it, and I get so angry about it. And I have to hold it inside and take it out on them in a very passive-aggressive way. But for you've seen the show, so I don't have to do anything. And I agree with your assessment. I think the storytelling in this episode is very good. There's a good payoff. We know each person's story. Kevin is, he's got bad sous chefs. Mike is super risky. Brian is very conservative. So there's paths for each one of them. So good storytelling. I like it.
And the story comes out in their food, I think.
I like to
For
read
some
my
reason,
food.
when I watched it originally, I watched it today, I remember thinking, oh yeah, I think they get mad at Kevin for not using both sous chefs. And I don't know why I thought I remembered that, but obviously that didn't happen. But I think he only gave her, 2 things to do or something. And then she wasn't there at all during the...
You see how slow she was cutting that?
Right. I could have cut it
whatever?
faster. Yeah, a lot faster. Yeah.
I think somewhere on the B-roll, Kevin walked up to Prita and said, "Hey, can I talk to you for a second? Just right over here. Pack your knives and go again." Because you're
She's
slowing
like,
me
but
down.
I don't think you can do that, Kevin. I don't think you can.
I don't need you anymore. I asked you to do 2 things. It's taking you 2 days to finish.
Yeah, and I'm still in the process of doing one of those
Prita?
things. So you want me to go back?
Thank you for being back, but pack your knives and go, please.
These aren't even my knives that you're giving me.
I'm being
These are your knives.
I'm being very kind right now because I'm a Southern gentleman, but you don't want to see me get Yankee mad. All right, so
Okay. Can you let go of my wrist? You're squeezing my
I
wrist too
can't
hard.
unless you tell me you're gonna leave.
Drawing the knives
I'm
also
looking at it.
seems a little suspicious, right?
Yeah.
Because they bring back the people that you want to see, and then the other people, I guess, just leave. They came all the way out there and then bye.
Yeah, they got to
when
go
he
to Napa
does.
Valley for free.
Yeah, they went to Napa Valley for free. They're
But
hanging out
here's-
at the vineyards.
You might not remember this because you didn't watch the whole season recently. Is if they were really producing this season, really making this season, making the choices for them, Robin would have been fucking Michael Voltaggio's sous chef, and that would have been the best TV show of all time because he says if it had been some of these people, I would
would've
have just
killed
slit
myself.
my throat with the knife. He's talking about
We got a
Robin.
clip.
Yeah, let's
We
listen
got
to
a
the clip.
Yeah, let's play it.
Times for the last time to determine who will be your sous chefs.
You know, I think there's a couple names that if I pulled the knife out and their name was on it, I'd probably just slit my throat with it. BT.
Yeah. This doesn't seem like he's kidding. Yeah.
He's not.
No.
Which
Oh
that would
my
have been great
gosh.
TV.
His
That would have been
with,
in the musical.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. That would have been him and Robin.
That's the
Relax,
Demon Barber of Fleet
relax.
Street.
Yeah.
I need to relax right now.
Don't
I think
swear
if
at
he
me.
got
Don't you swear
someone
at
he
me.
didn't want, and really quick, can you just never swear at me again? Can you just keep doing what you're doing, but also never talk to me like that ever again? Okay, and also relax. I think if he got someone he didn't like, he would have just said, "Nah, no, thank you,"
That would have been
and he
really
would have
funny.
turned them,
Yeah.
kind of turned their shoulders around and just ushered them back into line.
Made them
I
like
don't
just
need it.
like hang out in the like cold room in the kitchen. Just put them in the walk-in.
That would have been funny if he pulled a knife out and he was like, Robin. And they were like, okay, you got Robin. He just chucked it at my
He's like he like points it at her. He's
Knife
like,
Yeah.
throwing.
"Do not take another step
Yeah,
forward."
don't move. I'm picking again.
We can do a little. That was this season because it's been such a long time. When they say "Preeti," I'm like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
Mhm.
You should have had this as a segment for yourself so you can do that voice. You could just run through a bunch of things of like that.
Well,
was
okay,
this
I'll
season?
do them really quick. Ready?
Yeah.
Mateen. That was this season.
Mhm.
Mateen was this season.
Yep.
Mm.
Freaking
French.
Ash was that was this season.
Wait.
Ash.
Thank you. We need that. That's what this season is before you say it.
That seems
Yeah.
so long ago.
Ron
Ash.
Duprat.
That was this season. Ron.
Yep.
That was forever ago. And look, I'm looking at the. Oh, my seat just like went down.
That was this season?
That was this season. In this season, they did the Penn and Teller thing. Let's see, it's gonna happen again.
Oh,
Remember
yeah,
Hector?
because of Vegas.
Remember Hector?
Hector was this. That was this season.
Uh-huh.
Hector.
Name
was
one
his
there.
deep
dish
fried
Lorene
steak?
made. Name
Who?
one dish Lorene
Who
cooked.
is that?
She was in
Lorene.
the season.
Who the fuck is that? All I know is that Hector deep fried a steak and they hated it.
Mm.
They got so angry about it.
They all wore Mateen's little red thing in memory of him when he left. My chair's
That
slowly
was this
going down.
season.
That was this
That was
season.
this
Yeah, that was this
That
season.
was season.
Mm-hmm.
They cooked for the Air Force this season. That was this season.
Mm-hmm.
This has
Hey,
been a
you're missing a
long
big one.
season.
You're missing a big one.
Was that?
Mike Isabella.
That was this season. That was this season. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
All right, that was this season.
So
By-
I think that was
by-
this season. Very nice. Let's do that every season. Maybe
Yeah, we're
every
gonna do that.
episode of every
We've done it a
season.
few seasons. We do it every season.
That was
It's one of
this
my favorite-
episode?
That was this. Hold on. What happened? That was this episode.
There's
hurt
a
my
nice
foot.
point where Michael Voltaggio explains kind of like the type of cooking he's going to do
And let's
and
listen
what
to
his
that.
background is. Yeah.
Brian is a little more conservative than I am. I kind of have a tendency to just do what I want. This is 300 grams of sugar, right?
Correct.
It's got me in a little bit of trouble throughout the season, but that's me. And that's me cooking my food. Brian, you don't have a 9-volt battery for the thermocouple, do you? I do.
Of course he has a battery.
He's a
Why
robot.
would he not? He's like, okay, yeah, let me open my back flap. I'll give you
Yeah.
an extra one really quick.
Which one do you want? Lithium?
What? What is he got in trouble for? Got me in trouble for the season. No, it had. You've been fine this whole season.
Yeah, I think he's
Yeah.
just really pushing his
Outside the
narrative
show.
that he's
A
really
bad boy.
punk rock.
Yeah.
He's a bad boy.
He's
Even though
Anthony
he actually is a
Bourdain.
nice guy with a big heart.
Yeah.
He
So
reminds
let's-
me
Yeah,
of the
so he's
bear
punk rock.
guy.
He is the bear. He's probably
the
a
bear.
good. He's probably a big influence for the
Mhm.
bear for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
he watched Shameless, and then he was like, "Ah, that guy would be such a good chef." based off me.
When you look at the bear in Shameless, you're like, that's the bear?
That's the
Doesn't
bear?
look like the bear in
I
Shameless.
still haven't seen Shameless. I just found out he's in Shameless, so now I have to watch it.
He's
because-
not hot in Shameless. He's hot in
Yeah,
Bear.
the bear isn't very hot and Shameless, but he does do nude scenes in the bear, but not in Shameless.
Checks my boxes.
Check
I'll
my
watch it.
boxes, yeah.
Oh yeah, we're talking about the
We're talking about
the
checking
callback we're
boxes.
doing is just ticking boxes. That's the
Oh,
callback to the
ticking.
joke.
Oh, I messed
We've been
up.
doing
Wow.
ticker check. It's fine. Yeah, that's
Ticker
the joke.
check.
We've
So you
been
know what's
doing.
interesting? I'm like the listener right now.
Yeah.
I haven't heard the first part of the episode. So I'm hearing callbacks at things and I'm
This-
like,
yeah.
I don't know what that is.
This would be a
This
funny
is nice.
improv show, like where one person's out for half the set and then joins for the second half.
I
That's
won't
kinda
be
how I
there.
improvise
won't be there
anyway.
watching it.
Yeah. If I remember,
Bumblebee.
yeah.
Return to the seed.
So you just
Bumblebee, put in a good word for me. I have to be on Herald Night this year.
UCB's coming back to New York, Bumblebee. We have to get in the room. They're taking submissions for shows right now, Bumblebee.
Yeah.
We need a thematic improv show to pitch.
Mod
Bumblebee, I've been sitting on a spank idea for the past 3 years. Okay, I know.
They wouldn't put it up at Magnet because I had to take 8 classes.
Yeah, it's like 5 years at Magnet.
Magnet's insane.
Yeah.
So you
So-
mentioned that Mike might be
Their
a
mamas
bad
are
boy.
there.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I wanted to
Their
bring
moms.
that up. 'cause
Oh, right, their moms.
2 moms.
brought up-
much
you brought up
easier
that
to do paper.
That's why they did it. It was
transportation.
less
Yeah.
money.
Thank God, do 3 moms.
I'm wondering if that's why they brought the moms here, because they said these 2 bad boys of the culinary world, these 2 30-year-old whippersnappers, they need mom here.
They need
Cool
mommy
them
here.
off. And yeah,
Yeah.
it was obvious. Like their mom lives in Las Vegas, so she like drove over, and then they just had to fly out Kevin's mom.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the mom's here.
Who
and
is
then,
that person that Kevin's hugging for so long?
Yeah, Michael's like, who's this human he's showing affection to? I don't. All the women are supposed to be gone.
When they showed the back of her head with the blonde kind of curly hair for a second, I was like, oh, Jen did her hair up. But it wouldn't make any sense to me. Like
I
maybe
saw
all the chefs come back and they have like a little party.
That was the last shot, right? I thought that woman was hugging Michael for a really long time, and I didn't know who it was.
It's Kevin, right?
It's Kevin, I believe.
Oh, maybe it was Kevin at the end. Okay, I thought it was.
We haven't said what their challenge is yet.
Oh, yeah, that's important.
All right. I'll read their challenge. The elimination challenge. The finalists were asked to create a 4-course, well,
At first
originally
3.
3-course, but then a 4-course after they met their moms, with each dish meeting certain requirements. The first course had to be inspired by a favorite dish from the chef's childhoods. The second course required the contestants to use all the ingredients contained in a mystery box. The third course was the chef's choice, and the final course had to be a dessert.
We
The
can talk about
finalists-
that mystery box.
Yeah, the finalists drew knives to determine which 2 previously eliminated contestants from the season would act as their sous chefs. Kevin drew Ash and Preeti, Brian drew Ashley and Jennifer, and Michael drew Eli and Jesse.
Like mystery box. First of all, 2 proteins,
Mm.
but they're both seafood. But they all acted like it was like the craziest box of all. Like, what am I gonna do with this? I don't even know what to do. None of them had
Turf
any
and
idea
turf.
what to do.
Surf and surf.
Just do 2 surfs.
Yeah.
2
Ride the waves,
surfboards, come on.
cowabunga, bro.
Yeah, baby. Bring a friend.
Deconstructed
Just-
ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it back together.
Use the crab shells to make seafood like stock, and then cook a fish in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've learned that shit
freaking
watching Top
Brian.
Chef.
Mm.
Brian figured it out. Why can't Brian Voltaggio figure it out?
Put the fucking anise in there, make it taste like fucking licorice, and then feed it to somebody.
I would have loved if at some
Like
point
licorice.
during this episode, Brian Voltaggio just got the box. He was like, huh, I don't know, it's a mystery box. Huh, anything could happen.
He did mention that he doesn't hunt for sport. He hunts to get in tune with ingredients,
Mm.
which I don't know what that means. To get in tune with
I.
the ingredients. I'm not killing you because I like it. I'm killing you because I have to understand you.
I hunt, not for sport.
Doesn't know
get in tune
what
with
to
my
do with the
ingredients.
meat until he looks the deer in the eye.
Till watches it die before him, and he's like, "Yes, venison stew."
So let's listen to Sharon Volt's story about Michael Volt.
The story was beautiful. The fried broccoli, I loved it. I just like that crunchy little popcorny thing. Did he really hate broccoli that much? Michael hated everything.
Obviously, that's not true. Yeah, Michael hated everything.
That's some shit my mom would say about me. She'd for sure be like, Brian was such a miserable child. He hated everything. It's called being depressed, Marion. I was a depressed child.
That would have been some real shit if Mike came out and he was like, because I was sad the whole time, Mom.
Yeah, I like when he kind of dragged her a little bit. He was just like, well, not really. I mean, he's like, it wasn't what she put on the table.
Yeah.
So it was just like, she fed us shit.
She made,
But it was
she made
always
mom
food.
Yeah, she made mom food.
Yeah, he said she made mom food.
Which means bad. He says pork chops and something else.
It's like
Broccoli,
both
whatever.
of them gave a little too much information we didn't need to know. It's brutal honesty a little bit.
That's, yeah, when, like, can you imagine being a mom? And first of all, let's all imagine being a mom.
Toughest job in the world.
I've
Toughest
given
job in the world.
birth. I've created life. Oh. And you do your best to raise two boys. These are two boys.
Toughest
You
job
cook
in the
Two
world.
food.
rascals.
Who's got time to cook fucking, intricate, crazy
Sure.
shit? So you make what is good. Pork chops are good.
Yeah.
And then your kids grow up 30 years later and they're like, Mom fucking sucks shit at cooking. She cooks
Yeah.
pork chops. Beat the shit out of those little boys.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, you imagine as a single mom growing up, raising one child, and then like 18 or so, 16 years later, all of a sudden a portal from another dimension opens up and a robot walks through and says, hello, I'm your
Mother.
son from the future. I'm here to save your son.
I also
You're like,
wanna
okay,
cook.
well, now I should have gotten 2 pork chops.
Cook with me if you want to live.
So yeah, they start cooking, they start serving. Let's go over some of the dishes that they had. So Brian's first course was sardine, German, butterball potato, heirloom tomato, and panko breadcrumbs.
And that was to
Kevin's
reference his mom making tuna casserole.
Tuna noodle, yeah.
Kevin's first course was southern fried chicken skin with squash casserole and tomato.
So that's his mom's favorite part of the chicken. The skin, he said.
Michael's was cream of dehydrated broccoli that was supposed to taste like popcorn, apparently. Fried broccoli and spot prawn, which didn't go over very well.
I was surprised he won after that.
After the first, well, maybe he made up for it,
Yeah.
You had the second and third course to wash away the taste of that first course. But also, so let's go through the second course for Brian. Rockfish sous vide, kabocha squash with curry and Meyer lemon.
Kabocha squash.
Kabocha. Second course
I
for
don't know why I
Kevin.
corrected you. I'm sorry.
Pacific rockfish.
In Black History Month Reeves.
It's fucked up. I couldn't have waited.
of all, yeah, you couldn't have waited,
Yeah.
what,
You
12
got
more
10
days.
Yeah, just get out of the month.
Not even that long.
Crab broth and roasted matsutake. Second course for Michael, dashi glazed rockfish, sweet and sour crab salad with squash and Meyer lemon. So we had 2 Meyer lemons from the Voltaggio brothers in the second course.
Well,
Third
Meyer Lemon was
course-
in the box, so they had to do it.
Oh, okay. So
Did Kevin
they
not
had the
use
same.
Meyer Lemon? Yeah,
Kevin
every
did
box
not.
had the same thing.
Kevin didn't. He
That
doesn't.
sweet
it
and
doesn't-
sour crab salad sounds. I love fucking crab salad.
Me too.
Mm.
Tasty.
It's a must-have when I order sushi from. Let me that crab salad.
Yeah.
Third course, Brian.
And it's fake crab. This is real crab. That's why it tastes even better.
Venison saddle, which, if I know anything, you don't want to eat the saddle, with puree of sunchokes and orange juniper sauce.
I mean, I know this episode might be a little long, but do you want to talk about why you know not to eat a saddle?
Yeah, would you?
because you're tasting everyone's butt.
Well, see, I heard kids these days are all eating saddle. It's like a point of pride today to eat saddle.
Yeah, they talk about it on the bus, and they might have wristbands to prove it. But look, you don't really want to eat the saddle.
Like,
It's
I eat
not-
saddle.
It's not something to brag about. It's not going to get you a job. You're not going to get a job with those saddle tattoos.
I'm just thinking of a leather saddle you put on a horse. That's what we're talking about, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yep. Don't eat the saddle. All right. Eat any other part of the horse except for the ankles. Third course for Kevin.
Do you want to talk about why you should? I mean, I know this is long, but it's
When
like,
did it get to
this is an
56
informative
minutes?
podcast. I have no concept of how
The
long this
last
has
30
been.
minutes flew by.
Third course for Kevin: slow roasted pork belly with Brussels sprouts, broccoli, and caramelized ham jus. Third course for Michael:
Ham
fennel
juice.
Hamju.
It's got ham juice on it.
fennel scented squab breast, pistachio, cassoulet, and textures of mushrooms. And
Okay,
for
can
their
we talk about his
dessert,
textures
Oh yeah,
of
the hard
mushrooms?
mushrooms or something.
Mm-hmm.
His like
I mean-
fake mushrooms that looked like
Looked like a
mushrooms, but they
cliff
weren't
edge.
mushrooms.
Yeah, it looked like a rock cliff or something to me.
They looked gross.
Yeah.
It looked
Looked like
disgusting.
bleached
It did.
chloral.
Did he have like a mushroom like imprint thing that he like brought from home
Yeah.
or whatever?
It
Maybe
looked
that was a
weird.
special thing he
I
brought.
guess it was the sous chef did that.
Here are the desserts:
Mhm.
dulce de leche, cheesecake with fig sorbet, poached
looked really
pear
good.
and
That
basil,
sounds so
That looked
good.
really good.
roasted banana, just one little tiny little bite of a banana, toasted peanut with chocolate bacon mousse and bacon brittle,
Pass on
and
that one. Don't want
and a
that one.
chocolate caramel coulant, which was left to reabsorb the caramel too much, butter squash brulee, and butternut ice cream.
No, I want the dulce de leche cheesecake with fig sorbet, poached
Yeah,
pear,
that's
basil.
the best for sure.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Let's go to judges table. So this is this was a lot of setup to tell Kevin that he's not the winner, and I didn't think they'd do this, and I was like, "This is effed up that you did this."
It was real mean that they swerved his ass.
So this is a long clip, but it's worth the payoff because they did this in real time to someone when they were literally talking about like, one of you is Top Chef, and I thought they were going to announce it. So let's listen.
You'll win $125,000 furnished by the makers of the Glad family of products.
Chefs, this season took us from the glitz and lights of the Las Vegas Strip to the pastoral beauty of wine country. And along the way, you've thrilled us with some amazing dishes. Brian, you put together a stellar roster of dishes. They were well constructed, beautifully presented, and you wowed us with a great dessert. Michael put together some amazingly creative dishes. You reached high and often delivered. Kevin, you stayed true to yourself throughout this entire competition. You showed us that Southern food is about more than just biscuits and gravy.
Kevin, you are not Top Chef.
Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it.
Fucked up.
So fucking
Kevin.
mean.
Have they done that in any of the other seasons?
I think they
I
just
think
go
so.
like, "You are Top Chef."
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
usually.
You could see it in
So-
his
but that
eyes.
was
He's like,
fucked up.
"It's me." Like
Yeah.
you could see it in his eyes. Oh, it's gonna be me.
And then you find out they just wanted to have a little one-on-one action with the Voltage Show.
Yeah, yeah. We're just
Mhm.
They
we
wanted a
just want two
special
of them in the room
ceremony.
together for the shot. Like you just gotta
Kevin.
have that teaser of them being in the room together.
You are
Ugh.
not
By
Top Chef.
So
And then they
mean.
asked the Voltaggio brothers, why do you want to be Top Chef? Let's listen to what they say.
I felt like I expressed my cuisine. And, for me, that's what means the most to me. And I hope that that's good enough to win.
Michael,
I just don't want Brian to be Top Chef.
Because I hate everything.
Fucking roasted.
I came on this show as a defensive move to
Yeah,
prevent my
yeah.
brother from succeeding.
You don't know what
Crazy.
happens in the future if he wins.
Yeah.
The timeline is all fucked up
Yeah.
now.
You see the look on Brian's face when he looks at
Yeah.
him, he goes, "Ha!" It slaps him.
Yeah. He
slaps
just
him
wants
so
to get
hard.
some emotion out of him.
Yeah, he hits him so hard.
I think they truly don't like each other. I think they truly
Something's weird.
there's a legit we are brothers who have the same profession. You're the older brother, I'm the younger brother, and something happened there.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
those mother's dinner, the mother's dinner.
Yeah.
I'm
They
pretty
were sitting
sure.
around mother's dinners eating pork chops, and Brian did something. Either he was really annoying, but always kind of got the Michael, leave your brother alone, sort of thing where
Mhm.
Michael always got in trouble, and Brian was always kind of the child that couldn't do anything wrong. And Michael just like held that. He's like, I'm gonna one day you're gonna enter a contest, and I'm gonna enter it. I'm gonna follow you everywhere you go. You
Wherever
be a chef,
you go,
I'm gonna
whatever
be a
you
chef.
become,
If you're a
I'm gonna
doctor, I'm
become.
gonna be a doctor. I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna shadow you. And then one day your time will come.
Stop you,
and I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah.
Eat your fucking lunch on national TV. Make you look like a fool.
And then they kept doing more Top Chefs later.
Yeah.
Against one another.
Didn't they both come back for the LA
addicted.
All-Star season?
Yeah.
Only so Mike never comes back. He might be on one of the Masters seasons, but Brian comes back. He's on the LA season, and then he's on Masters once.
Mike comes back as like a guest judge sometimes.
Oh yeah, he does come back. He makes the rounds on TV. We know that.
Yeah, he's on Guys Games now a lot
with colored hair. Let's listen to Michael win.
What kind of hair, Jamal?
I've got to say that throughout this entire season, it's been a pleasure to watch both of you. You're both very professional, very passionate, and it's got to be really emotional having the two of you here, sort of the last two standing.
I can't think of a prouder moment in probably both of our lives than right now.
Yeah, I think he deserves to be here, and we both cooked our hearts out all season long, so I think we accomplished what we set out to accomplish.
Fill out the application. I guess he has to be here.
Michael. You are Top Chef.
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, everyone. Gail gives him a big kiss on the cheek and a hug, and she doesn't know where Little Hands is right now. She will in the future. Michael Voltaggio wins.
Mm-hmm.
He wins the whole shebang bang. He's the season 6 king. He's the season 6 Top Chef. Where are they now, Reeves?
It's a good winner, by the way. Good season. Good narrative arc. Before I do, where are they now? Just real quick, the reunion. People can skip it. The reunion sucks. Doesn't make sense to do a reunion for Top Chef. For something like Real Housewives, I get it. For the show, why would you do it? It's just boring. Two things that were semi-interesting from it. Hung, Marcel, and Alon all have worked for the Voltaggios, and they convinced them to apply to do the show. But they worked for them. So I thought that was interesting.
Wait, Hung and who?
Marcel.
So it was Hung, Marcel, and Alon. All three of them.
They all worked for them. So understand something. At the time of this, they're only 30. So that's crazy that all of those other guys worked for them.
And only one non-winner, because Marcel's the one who didn't win his season out of those three.
Marcel was, I think, Brian's sous chef or something, or maybe Mike's. I don't know. The other fun part is they tried to get Eli to apologize to Robin. He eventually did after Mike apologized. It was kind of like everyone started to apologize to Robin, and then he was like, "Oh yeah. By the way, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings." That was that whole apology.
That's my kind of apology. I'm
Mine
sorry if
too.
your feelings got hurt for something I said, but I was just being honest with you.
Yeah, that's just, and it was a lot of like, hey, I just kind of say things, how I feel. That's just how I am. I'm just rude.
Nothing
to people
personal
and mean.
against you, but if you took it personally, I'm so
just
sorry
mean.
that you took it that
Yeah,
way.
sorry, I'm just
he
mean.
hates everything.
If I were Robin, I wouldn't have come back to the reunion.
No, I wouldn't have.
Yeah, no.
In fact, I would have said,
Maybe they
yes,
got
I'm
paid
coming
to
back.
come back.
I would have come back. I would have come back, but I would have had a gun with me.
And it's like, you don't tell anyone about it, but it's just kind of like in the middle of that whole back and forth. You just kind of stand up and just
put
kind
it
of
on
lift
your
your
lap.
shirt a little bit.
Yeah, just put it on your lap.
Put it on your lap. Yes,
Just like, yeah, if
Just
anyone has
pat
an
it a little
apology,
bit.
now would be a good time.
Does anyone have an apology for me, or like, how do we want to end this?
Padma and was like, calm down, Robin. Calm down. Like, I'm
Open
calm.
you just open
I'm
carry.
totally cool.
I'm
Do I look
super calm.
stressed?
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm fine.
Everyone else here seems like they're freaking out.
Yeah. I'm Gucci. I'm fantastic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She like picks
So
up
where
the
are they
gun.
now?
Are you okay? I'm fine too.
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Brian Voltaggio is the owner of Thatcher and Rye, which is out of
Hell
Frederick,
yeah.
Maryland. He and his brother also have like a steakhouse that's in Southern Maryland. And obviously, we already talked about it. He comes back from All Stars. He comes back from Masters. Excuse me. Both him and his brother are Food Network stars. They're everywhere. They're on all these things. They both have lots of restaurants. Michael got married recently. He's doing very well, it seems like. Kevin
finally settled down with that Michael Voltaggio.
That's nice to hear. He seems happy. Kevin, whatever his name is, he has a YouTube channel called All Cooking No BS. He owns a bunch of restaurants in Atlanta. He likes pork.
Beat cancer, right? We learned that in the Vegas reunion, or the Vegas season, or the Los Angeles season.
Oh, I didn't
The
know
LA
that.
season. That's
Had,
right.
like,
He
kidney
did.
cancer, something like that.
Wow.
Comes back completely bald, but yeah, he beat it.
Wait, Kevin comes back in the LA season? Isn't the LA season before this one?
No, the LA
All-Star
season.
Oh, All Stars. Okay.
Yeah, he comes back having beat cancer. Greg, I feel like he's had more success. I feel like the Voltaggios had a lot of restaurants that open and close, sort of thing, like a big, like high concept restaurants that don't like last. Whereas like he's had his Atlanta restaurants have been like staples. I feel like
That's right.
Just making
Called
what
Gun
he knows.
Show.
Southern food. That's going nowhere.
Yeah, I know there was.
So
a
I
Voltaggio
keep
restaurant
leaving
at the Inner
messages
Harbor.
on. Oh, sorry, keep going.
Oh, sorry. I was
Have you
going to say, I
been-
know there was a restaurant at the Inner Harbor, but I think it was just open a year. A family
have you been to
meal.
any of them? Have you been to any of those Voltaggio restaurants?
I haven't. I want to. I planned on it after I watched that season, but I never did. I was like, I'm going to go to those restaurants and meet them and marry them. But
Well, Michael's taken
forgot.
now, and Brian never been, so he's
it's
done.
been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to go to Thatcher and Rye. Frederick's great. Have y'all?
I want to go to
have
Gun Show really bad.
I've not gone. I will say this: now that you've been a guest on the show, if you do meet someone from Top Chef, you do have to go up to them and say, "Hey, I was on the official Top Chef podcast. I need to take a photo with you to send it to the guys who run the podcast."
And if they say what you're talking about, it's a joke.
They
It's an
all do
inside
that.
joke.
They
Yeah.
all
It's
do
an inside
that.
joke.
They all know.
It's such a funny
Right.
joke.
I
Tom
know.
told
I
them
know.
all.
I know they know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but if that does
Good
happen,
joke.
please do take a photo and send it to us.
Yeah. I'd be fine. Have y'all together gone to one of the restaurants for one of the top chefs together?
We went and saw Dale at Goose Feather. Me and Brian did.
Reeves wasn't there.
Oh, nice.
We
I
went
wasn't
to Goose
allowed to go.
Feather. Yeah, we told him he couldn't go.
We haven't gone as a
Keno,
full
he's bad.
podcast though.
Yeah,
was
we haven't
being bad.
gone.
I'm trying to go on one of my trips to California. I'm trying to go see Sobre Mesa,
Uh-huh.
which is Nelson Germain's place.
I feel like Nelson would be
Yeah.
like he's a really good guest. I feel like he'd be like, hey, like I'll give you the whole shebang here.
and
Yeah,
also
I'll
the
give you the
Tiny
keys.
Fish Company from Sarah, her company, her restaurant. Well, not restaurant, but food company. Trying to figure out how to do that. I want to see both their food in action.
Yeah.
I want to go to Shirley Chang's dumpling place.
Oh, that sounds good. Is that in New York?
Shirley Chung. No, it's in L.A. I think.
Okay. Sounds like
But
LA.
she's one of my favorite
go.
contestants. She's great.
I like the
Reeves wants to
older
stay here.
French guy.
Me too.
Who is he?
His name's
really
Martin.
good.
The older French contestant or the judge?
Yeah, the contestant. And he won Top Chef and he won All Stars. And I think he's got restaurants in LA too. And I'm drawing a blank on his name. He's very sweet.
French guy who won Top
I think
Chef.
he was
I don't
French.
know.
Top Chef.
I don't know. Is he
How French is he?
mixed? Yeah, is he 50% French?
Maybe he's not. I thought he was French. Shoot.
I don't think they allow French people to win Top Chef. I mean, maybe this coming season, but not previously.
What's
There's
his
like a
name?
rule.
Sam something? Didn't he isn't
Let
he
me see
half
Top
French,
Chef
half
winners.
African country? I forget.
Sam who?
I can't remember his last name.
This is
He
the-
was
this
on the
is-
Iron Chef, the new Iron Chef that came out. He also won Top Chef Masters.
This is the really good content people come to it for.
Yeah, I was
going
gonna
like,
say, we
who's
also-
this?
Sorry.
We know a lot about Top Chef. So
No, this is what we do.
I-
We don't. I don't know who
I-
anyone is.
I'm an expert, but I can't remember my favorite's name.
Mhm.
It happens. Look, it happens to the hosts.
Happens to the
Mhm.
host. All right, Caroline, thank you so much for joining us for a grand finale of season 6. Is there anything else you would like to plug or plug again before we head out?
No, I think that's it. I'm doing the play in New York, March 18th at Flea Theater. Come out. And yeah, that's it. Doing improv, but
Yeah, if you're in Baltimore, you want to catch
No,
Caroline
yeah.
doing an improv.
yeah, doing improv for you.
Very funny, talented improviser.
Thank you. It's fun. It is fun. And I'm in an all-female, again, team. And my mom is also on the team, so that's nice.
That's cool.
Your mom is very funny too. That's
mom is also a very talented, funny improviser.
One of the OG like DC Baltimore people was like Caroline and her mom, which is very very fun. My mom would never do improv.
Have you asked her?
No, because she doesn't like anything.
Then how do you know?
Yeah,
because
how do you know?
Because I know.
She just doesn't like anything.
She
Typical man, huh? Making up a woman's mind for her. So thanks for joining us this week. Caroline, thanks for being on. Reeves, thanks for joining halfway through.
You're welcome. And the reason I was late is because Tom showed up at my house with a gun, so I had to talk him down.
Okay.
From doing what?
Yeah, talk him down from what?
Hurting himself or hurting you?
A little bit of both. He had two guns, one pointed at himself and one pointed at me.
Okay, that sounds like Tom.
And if people are wondering what we're going to do, we have a couple of weeks before the new season starts. We're not going to start a new season, an old season. We're going to be doing some more fun stuff. We did that Top Gear thing one week. We'll do some more fun stuff.
Hey, we might do that again. Who knows?
Yeah,
we'll bring it back.
Yeah. It was real popular.
And then we'll hopefully have some more Top Chef contestants back on for the new season when it comes out.
Yeah.
So that's it for this week's episode. That's the finale of season 6. The next season we'll be doing is going to be season 20. Until next time, we're going to pack our knives. And
Oh, it was Hubert Keller.
He's a judge.
Oh, he's a judge? No, he's not.
I almost said Hubert Keller.
Wasn't he on Top Chef Masters?
He wasn't on the regular Top Chef though. And I think that's
he wasn't on regular Top
confused.
Chef. That is right. Yeah, so he was on Top Chef Masters as a contestant, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
right?
I think you're right. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I really liked him.
I don't watch Top Chef Masters, and I got too many shows to watch already.
All right.
Brian, I was going to do
podcast.
the outro, but I remember listening last week when I wasn't here and you had way too much leeway. You said that you did like the outro, so have you come up with a better outro?
No, not yet.
Okay, so then
I'm workshopping
in the lab.
stuff.
Kind of
Yeah.
pointless to have that kind of opinion then, huh? If you don't have a solution,
It's not good, but I don't have
come
a
to me
better
with a
idea.
complaint if you don't have a solution, So now there's no outro, so just end the show.
No, say it.
I don't have a good outro, so
Say the bad one.
This was fun.
Absolutely.
This is great, guys. You guys got something here. This is fun.
Nice.